decided to go with propaganda I'm not falling for. Now, I've changed up the mic settings a little bit, bit for this video because I noticed that when listening and watching back my other videos, the audio can definitely tend to be very poppy, and I just really don't want that. I hate that when I'm listening to a video myself and everything is very harsh in the ears on certain sounds, so I've turned the gain up, but I'm further back from the mic. This gain might even be too high, so actually let me turn it down because I have a feeling that I'm gonna get quite passionate about the specific topics in this video. But yes, today I thought we could go ahead and talk about some propaganda that I'm not falling for, and full credit goes to ASMR. I don't actually know if she created this content, but she's a person that I saw doing it, and she is so funny and so real and inspired this video, so full credit goes to her. But without further ado, I feel like we should go ahead and get started. There are all sorts of topics that I want to cover in this video. A lot of probably unpopular opinions, but we'll see what you think. Okay, so the first piece of propaganda that I'm not falling for is running. It has to be running. I mean, I am not a sporty gal anyway, so could I be using the following piece of information as an excuse? Absolutely. But is it also true? Yes. So I feel like I'm justified in my reasoning. So basically, last year I kind of like briefly got into running, very briefly. I started speed walking on a treadmill and I was like, oh, this is quite good, this is quite fun, let's transition into running. And I kind of started doing it and I enjoyed it, and I loved the idea of literally running free through a field. It sounded so magical and like a way to romanticize my life, you know. So just the idea, the concept of it was super appealing to me. And then I kind of forgot about it and just like never did it. But my brother injured his knee. My mum got a knee replacement a couple of years ago, and I saw a doctor talking about how the worst thing you can do for your knees is run. And I was sold. Consider me de-influenced. I was like, I'm never taking up running. The idea of it, great. In terms of practicality, running just isn't for me. So, although it's very popular, I will not be running in 2026. The next one is going to sound very controversial, but you've got to stick with me. The hate in relation to AI, and I want to really emphasise, I do not agree with the environmental issues caused by AI. Just very briefly, if you aren't aware, I would highly recommend that you do a bit of research. But in order to run an AI engine, servers, hundreds and hundreds of servers. I think when you use like a computer or PC, you have the monitor and then you have like the actual box unit, which is like the actual PC computer itself. In order to run an AI engine, they have so many servers that take up so much space in these warehouses that are huge, and these servers create so much heat from the amount of work that they're having to do, and so in order to counteract the heat, they use so much water to stuck to the lips just really, really isn't for me. And yeah, the only time really where I have my hair up and I can updo is when I'm not wearing any makeup, so I wouldn't be wearing lip gloss. So yeah, I can't. I like it, but I can't. Okay, I wanted like a good mixture of propaganda that I'm not falling for. That's like a little bit controversial, maybe like an unpopular opinion, but also just like generic things that I have an opinion on. And one of those things is, I'm gonna say it very quickly, hopefully I tend to ramble, as you probably know by now, is the propaganda I'm not falling for is hating on celebrities or influencers for going on weight loss medication, or feeling like they have to justify it. I do have a problem when the celebrity or influencer's brand has been about exercising or body confidence or being plus size or something, and then all of a sudden they lose weight and they don't address it or they lie about it. I have a problem with that, especially when they